Alright, we're back. This is still TTAC14 round 1 versus Delial, my toughest opponent. For 3 games, he completely had the better of me in every single one. And then in the 4th game, I got first turn on closed, and very unluckily for him, we had the same card in hand, and so he set up combos for my card as well as his, and I had last turn. I think I made some really good reads along the way. I am quite proud of that game, but if I was him, I'd be fairly tilted at the moment. Because when you can't place your cards such that you can set up combos, it's very frustrating. So that's where the match is at. I lead 1-0, but he has outplayed me over the match. Very close to wins in, I think, every game. So tough match so far. I am happy with my match strategy, right? I think I came into the closed and correctly identified where my advantage would be, or could be, and did figure stuff out around there. Because again, I think he is just the better closed random player. In the open, my match plan was to get good positions and pressure him. That has certainly not occurred, but I also have bended but not broke so far. So that's encouraging. And now we are in the open closed. And I did make a pre-made hand here. Let's check the, no, not the first one. The rules are max 1 level 9, Sergeant Joe, my boy. Max 2 9/9s. You'll notice Sergeant Joe is my boy in both hands. It won me Nephilim. Max 1 level 9, max 2 9/9s, no rares. I decided I did kind of just want to jam 9/9s. I think I'm going to run with this. I think 7/5/7/6 is a somewhat dynamic card. It doesn't fit as well as I'd want in some ways. For instance, if race was like 9/8/1 instead of 9/9/1, then there would be some setups where like 1/7/8/9 lands in 1, and then race land or 3, and then race lands in 1. But I think the power of 9/9s in open is just very strong, and we're gonna, yeah, let's try this. If we tie a game and have to play more, then I can't stay on this hand. I have to make some changes. Because I think anything where there could be closed, you have to throw off reads. I think that's really important. So the thing is, if you're going to use the same cards, I think a useful thing to do is have the cards that are the same be the cards you're likely to use first. Because then you can throw off reads. Then reading what you're doing is really tough, I think. So if, for instance, it's a set of like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one of each level, right? Something like that. I think if you're gonna keep some cards the same, like keep the level 3 and 4 the same. And then do somewhat different things with the 5, 6, 7. Or even keep the 3, 4, and 5 the same and have your kind of final cards be different. Because I think that is very tricky to play against and has some real venom, but you can also stick with a hand similar to the one you're comfortable with. Deli's been playing really well recently. He beat me in backhander and just like outplayed me the whole way, I think, there too. Or I think actually there, again, I did well in the closed and he did much, much better in the open. I think right now he is a better open player than me. And I think with the evidence we have from GBs, as I've said, I think he's a better close player too. I think the gap's actually maybe closer at the moment in closed, based on the kind of backhander performance and what we've seen here. Um, but I think in closed hand games, it's possible I have an edge. And I think in open games across the board right now, he is better. Um, you can look at our clan league performances or performances against each other in backhander. Um, I think Deli is a better open player than me right now. Um, so my best chances are in closed. And if Deli wins this set, I think he is favorite to win the match. And if I win this set, the match is over. But really tough opponent. His starters really. I said it before, or I've tried to say this in various versions. I think Deli and I actually, despite having quite different styles, think quite alike. Right? There's a reason I did well predicting a move in the closed game, and there's the second closed game, and there's a reason I predicted his moves quite well in the second open game. And he thought his move in 5 was great, and I did too. But it is worth noting I did predict it. Um, but I think fundamentally what's going on is we see similar things because we kind of we see a similar core to the position. But the reason Deli's so tough for me is he sees a level past that, right? We both see what I would want to do. And Deli sees what to do against what I would want to do. And that's where I think he has a real difference in strength to me and is a really difficult matchup specifically for me. All right. It sure seems like he's covered my 9-9 corners really well. None of my 9-9s have particularly good play. This is not the ideal. Yeah, I think I've lost the matchup, the hand matchup again. That's a bummer. I thought it was worth jamming lots of 9-9s because if he doesn't have them covered, um, then you can just get a huge advantage. But he does have them covered. He does. He knows me, man. He, in fact, has a 9 covered in every corner both ways. My 9s are not going to play well here. And I don't have amazing coverage of what he wants to do. So, if in doubt, 9-3-4-9 and 9 is possibly the best version of my things. Right? Like, that's the one. Sergeant Joe covers it both ways. And I'm a little better going right than going left. So, if in doubt, that's kind of something I can probably get away with. Yeah. I think it's lucky that Garuda and Sergeant Joe are not actually quite opposites, because if they were and I played 9-3-4-9 and 9, they could take from 6 and I'd be pretty uncomfortable because my capture back is susceptible to combo. But I think I'm probably going to go 9-3-4-9 and 9. He has very good coverage of my hand. He has really good play against 9s. But he's going to lose coverage against 9s as the game goes on. On the other hand, 9-3-4-9 and 9, he has covered about 36 ways. So, how happy can I be? Not so happy. There's also 1-7-8-9 in 1, but I think that leaves me very weak to the left. I think that's kind of too big a concession. Alright, hand directionality. He has 2 9s up and then drops off. He has 9, 8, 7, 6, 4 to the right. Okay, that's a lot of things that can beat my 6, and as we know, he can beat 9s. Going down, he has 9 and then a 7. So maybe my 7, 5, 7, 6 has some play. Maybe that can be a difficult enough thing for him to take. On the other hand, if like I played 7, 5, 7, 6, and 9, and he went 9, 8, 5, 4, and 5, I might just cry. Right, that's quite unpleasant. So 7, 5, 7, 6 in 7. That has some play, I think. I can't like rule that out on the face of it. I have some recaptures. It's a little hard for him to take if he ever plays 2, 9, 9, 4, and 4. Maybe I just go Sergeant Joe in 1. Maybe I don't, because then Garuda in 5 can hit really hard. Really hard. But I can always recapture an 8 there. And leave that thread open. Can I? Unclear, actually. I think so. So I'm between 7, 5, 7, 6 and 7. And 9, 3, 4, 9, and 9. I'm kind of leading towards 9, 3, 4, 9, and 9. I think if 7, 5, 7, 6, and 7, maybe just Quetzalcoatl in 1, I think is really annoying. Yeah, that feels really uncomfortable for me. I'm going to go 9, 3, 4, 9, and 9. I kind of hate it because he has such good coverage. But I have some coverage too. I do not think this is going to be an example of me finding a way to press first turn. I think he controlled everything I want to do, and opening the database to put in games. This is Wazzup, Delial. I don't like my starter, and I'm worried. Again, as we've had every open game. And it's hard to play next to it. You know, if he plays an adjacent corner, the L's are really scary. The L's are really scary. But I have very good coverage of 9, 8, 5, 4, and 7. Then my 7, 5, 7, 6 is a beast. And if he did something like 2, 9, 9, 4, and 1, maybe I could just take it with 7, 5, 7, 6. Maybe. And just force some cards out of his hand. Probably not, though, actually. My hand does not click like I'd like it to. Yeah, his 5, 8, 7, 6s are better here. I like his hand construction. A9 with opposite 9, 9 is really powerful. I went with that as well, but he picked significantly more dynamic cards. I was hoping there was something he would leave uncovered, and with a lot of 9, 9s, you have a chance to exploit if they leave something uncovered, but I think that is not what's happening here. So, yeah. Not the ideal. Not the ideal. giving Deli something where he already has like 3 combos against your starter is, let's go with, not optimal strategy. Now, he doesn't have ways to set up anything to take twice except with 9-8. No, he doesn't have any way to set up anything to take twice. Um, so, or at least not that I noticed. So there's not that to worry about, at least. You know, all his stuff is one-way action against my starter. But he has so much play against my starter. So much. And it's so hard for me to go next to it. Because if I don't go next to it with either Sergeant Joe or Race and 8, I'm really susceptible to combos. And if we leave 6 and 8 open till the last turn, that looks good for me. But Sergeant Joe is almost never taking anything else when it goes in 6 or 8. So that's a really easy way to lose 6-4 that I have to be careful about. And Deli will find something deeply annoying to do. Alright, one point I like. If I go 8, his only capture in 6 is 5, 6, 7, 8. It's the only one. And then 1, 7, 8, 9, and 3 is safe. That concedes a number of cards to get that safety, but it is safe there. And they have to combo, which flips 8, and 9-9-1-5 has a plus wall back in 7, which sometimes does damage if any of their cards other than Quetzalcoatl land in 5. So I could see some sequence where I go 8 next turn. Yeah, that seems very plausible to me. And if they somehow meet that in 7, just pretend their turn was skipped and I go in 8. My idea is if 5, 6, 7, 8, and 6, I have 1, 7, 8, 9, and 3. And maybe that's a little annoying. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a little annoying. It's probably not. How do my 9, 1, 5, and 4, A, 9, 3 land on the board? Unclear. We'll get back to that. I was thinking they're pretty good sweepers, but whichever one I play first, they kind of combo and I don't combo the response. So maybe that's a problem. We'll get back to that. But my other point with 7, 5, 7, 6, and 8 as a threat is if they capture from 7, I can play maybe 9, 9, 1, 5, and 6, and 1, 7, 8, 9 is really good at recapturing that from 3 or 5. And if it goes in 5, it also can recapture 8. So one idea for my next move is 7, 5, 7, 6, and 8. Normally at this point in the game, I'd be thinking about how I want to switch up my hand for next game. But I basically just want to steal his hand. I think his hand's better. A9 with a 9-9 corner, move off the 9-9s myself. Yeah, probably 8, 7, 6, 5s is the way. I didn't think a ton about this set, but again, my strategy here is kind of to catch him off guard on hand building and to try to power through. And it's not working. It is not working. But I think these are, I think I am making, maybe this is just rationalizing, but I think I am making rational decisions if I am correct to identify myself as an underdog if we just play a lot of games. I am sort of taking fence swings here, or trying to. And fence swings that hopefully have enough of a bailout plan. And here, my swing missed. You know, sorry for the baseball analogies for people who are, that's not, you know, in your country. But that's what we're trying. Okay. Let's think. 7, 5, 7, 6 in 7 just jumps out at me. I think it's a little tricky for them to go in 6, because I can play 9, 9, 1, 5, and 8, and they have pretty limited down potential. Seems like it could be good for me. Like, they don't have a great way to set up something in 5. For instance, if they played, well, 5, 6, 7, 8 gets common, but if they play 5, 6, 7, 8, and 6, and I play 9, 9, 1, 5, and 8, and they play 9, 4, 3A and 5, I hit them with 4A, 9, 3, and 2 at the end. If they go in 8, any way they flip, they're very combo vulnerable. I think most likely an 8 is probably something like 9, 8, 5, 4, such that if I go 6 with a 9 out, they have the plus wall with, or the same with Quetzalcoatl. Which is true. Sergeant Joe might be very good there. I think 9, 9, 1, 5, and 2 is a tie at the end there. Alright, not super inspiring. Seven really appeals to me. Traditionally, I just block 6 here. Yeah, I shouldn't get distracted by this, but I was talking about what Deli does well, and I think he essentially sees what I want to do, because it's what he wants to do as well, and is really good at making moves that prevent that. I think that's something really special and powerful that Deli does, and makes him really dangerous for me specifically, because we are in many ways very attuned, but he does it in a more dynamic fashion that can sort of figure out how he'd play against himself. That's really tough to face. It's really tough to face. I really want to play 7, 5, 7, 6, and 7. It's genuinely hard for me to like look at other moves because I just want to play that. That just seems correct to me. It's really hard for me to go in 6. It's gonna be hard for him to go in 6. I wanted to put 7, 5, 7, 6, and 7 there anyway. I just want to play it. So I think I'm going to. Take a peek. I don't like the look of anything in 4. Nothing in 4 really appeals to me. I think 6 is just bad here. I think 2 doesn't do anything. I think 8 doesn't do anything. I think it's 7. So we're just gonna play it. Now I think he has to be careful. Oh. I'm gonna pause the recording for a moment. Sorry about this. Sorry about that. A grocery's called. I should have muted and kept the video, because now it'll have to skip, but that's okay. I should probably respond to something because I got a message with that, but okay, give me a moment. So I think that's what Deli does so well. I think he basically kind of sees what I see, but more. And the way he sees more can potentially mean he doesn't line up quite as well with some other players. But maybe he just does there too. But it makes him a really difficult matchup for me. Makes him a very tough matchup. And it also just speaks to how well he sees the game, which is very, very well. I think I've gotten the worst cards out of my hand in some ways. And I like that I have a same in 8. I do think 9, 8, 4, 5, and 8, I probably have nothing. Probably have nothing. But I could play like 9, 9, 1, 5 in 4 maybe. Maybe that keeps something alive. Though I give up all ups, so I give up a lot of threat against 5, 7, 6, 8. But 4 is a square worth looking. If, after his next move, we do a bunch of calculating, and we try to find a tie, and then, presuming he hasn't found something just awesome that puts me in serious trouble, we spend some time looking for a win. I don't know if this is like tiny pressure or medium pressure, but I think it's something. I think we have a little something something here, and he has to make one careful move. That's all we can aspire to. Force them to make one careful move. Interestingly, if 9-4-3A lands in 6, he does not anymore have a threat in 8 against 9-3-4-9. So if 9-4-3A in 6, I might play 2. I lose all up, though. How do I ever take anything? I kind of have to take stuff in a side-to-side game. I might have some sweeping power side-to-side. I could imagine it. But, alright. I think this is probably not much. I think this is likely minimal. Did I close Discord? No, there you are. Okay. But I no longer think I'm in trouble. I think first turn is pretty good. And playing something that I just had well supported, I now feel good about as a decision. Another game to input after this. Could do that now. Nah, we'll get to that after. The Survivor game. Tezuka Tai Chickeny. The last 3 players left in Survivor are Tezuka, Chickeny, and Piggyman. And that is a really strong final 3. They have played at a very high level there. I'll get ready to input that after. But for now, we're focused here. He has to find a move. And then I have to figure out what I want out of the position. But basically, I just have to figure out if it's a win, tie, or loss. I don't think I can be losing. I think there's enough power facing the action that if I ever lose here, I will have to have done something deeply, deeply wrong. On the other hand, winning here seems an ask. But these 3 corner positions are tough to play. If the argument for me in this position is I'm not losing and it is difficult to calculate out the position, then that's going to mean he has a challenging choice to make. And I don't see an obvious way to immediately simplify. Maybe 9, 8, 5, 4, and 8 is the closest, but I do have a bunch of options there. And he gives up all ups there, so I could play like 9, 9, 1, 5, and 2 potentially, right? Oh, he has 9, 4, 3, A still. But I have 1, 7, 8, A for 5. That lands in 6. So it can be messy. It can be messy. It's of course dangerous to play 9, 9, 1, 5, and 2 because he has Quetzalcoatl for 1. Alright, per usual, he takes his time. Okay. Did that do anything his other cards can't do? Not really. One thing to note is I do not have a capture from 2. 2 is a really bad score for me now. I am really tempted by 9, 9, 1, 5 in 2. I want to get rid of that square. I want to get rid of that square. There's some trickiness there. I wish 4A94 was... no, it's better this way. Wish it was 5A94. I guess that's what I want it to be. There's also 9915 and 8. I'm going to have too many choices and struggle here. Okay, so let's play 9915 and 8. I should just start calculating something. He goes 5, 6, 7, 8, and 4. He leads 6, 4. I go 1, 7, 8, 9 in 6, and I have a tie. So I have at least a tie. Can I possibly have more than a tie? I don't think so. Okay. The reason I'm looking at 9915 and 8 is because he only has one card that captures in both 4 and 6, so it pulls it out of his hand, essentially. If he starts with 5, 6, 7, 8 in 6, he leads 6, 4 again. He leads 6, 4 again. And I guess I play... What do I play? I play 1, 7, 8, 9, and 2? No, I don't recapture enough there. I play 1, 7, 8, 9 in 4. Yeah, I play 1, 7, 8, 9 in 4, and I tie. Okay, that looks like ties. It's not the most inspiring, but we want to have ties. So I think 8's a tie. Yeah, I think 8's a tie. All right. Where else appeals? I wanted 9915 and 2. Does it do anything? They go there. They go there. Nah, it doesn't seem like anything. Okay. I think you found a good move. Something he's never ever done before, obviously. 8 just seems so logical given his down issue, but I have very little there. Alright, so let's just make sure 8 is a tie because that's what we're going to play. 9915 and 8. If 5, 6, 7, 8, and 4, he leads 6, 4. He only has 9s facing up, which means I could tie with 1, 7, 8, 9, and 6. If he goes 5, 6, 7, 8, and 6, I tie with 1, 7, 8, 9, and 4. Very similar. Does he have a move in 5? Why would he have a move in 5? 2. 2 is potentially a move. He sticks something in 2. We go 4. We go 4. 4 is really good there. Ooh, actually, after 9915 and 8, if he goes 5, 6, 7, 8, and 4, I have 1, 7, 8, 9, and 5, maybe? I think that's a win. So I think he has to go 5, 6, 7, 8, and 6. So if there was something sneaky there, that would be great. There almost is. Sergeant Joe in 5 is almost really cool. but I don't think quite. All right, well, that's my move. Didn't find anything better. What's the games for the file? He went 29941. I went 99158. So, yeah, I think he found a good way to neutralize here. I'm going to input the game for Survivor, so let's look at that for a moment. Sorry if this is not what you wanted to look at. But 24319, 99567, 94478, 58681. That's unusual there. 65635, 44234, 78766. Kuros 2, 46473, and 8685 left over. And I have one more game to pop over to. I was supposed to grab another game from TTAC. White Iris beating Reeker. And might be a little bit of an upset. 46471, 57358, 76639, 76367, 24884, 24776, 53573, 42682. I assume at this point was just losing by 9-1, 67645, and 8841 remaining. All right. How long we've been going here? 37 minutes. Not sure we'll have time for another game. Given 7-minute time expenditures. I think he should spend some time looking for a win here. I don't think he can have it, but I think it makes sense to spend a little time. My 1789 could just grab something in 2, but he has set it up well that it doesn't. Then I would have a good response to 5, 6, 7, 8, and 6. I think, despite some shakiness on the starter, I'm happy with playing against him not having much down. On the other hand, given look where he played, he is likely also happy with having played well against me not having much up. So I think there is mutual. We both played against directional weaknesses somewhat effectively, and it balanced out. You'll notice I set up combos with my own cards, but didn't really with his. He did not set up combos with his cards. You know, he doesn't have anything in 2. He set up combos against my cards, specifically in 4. I played a more, I don't know, internal game, a safer game, a more defensive game. And he played a more aggressively initiated game, I think. Deli's so tough. Please go in 4, not 6. Please? 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 For me? Not really worth getting my hopes up about, but... But what can you do? We always get our hopes up. I have a few moves that are close. It's a little scary, like 1, 7, 8, 9 in 4 gives me a lot of combo play against his last 2 cards. Not quite enough, but a little. And 4A, 9, 3, and 5 is also a little scary. Given that I have the plus in 4, and he has no capture of 7 from 4. So it's possible to miscalculate this, I guess, but would be shocking if Deli did. Obviously, many players would regularly. I am speaking of a player of Deli's caliber rather than like an average player, because many mistakes are made with 4 moves to go, but incredibly few of them are made by Deli. I think I have one on record, and I've looked at 100 of his games, and that one was when he mouse slipped. So, like, come on. What are we doing? But sometimes something spooks you. Everyone has some chance to just have the numbers not click in their head for whatever reason. But I suspect 5, 6, 7, 8, and 6 is coming. Yeah. Alright. We hoped for the gift. We're going to check everything. I know we've already looked at it, but can't be too careful. 4A, 9, 3, and 2. We make it 5, 5. They take the plus in 5. They lead 6, 4. We lose. 1, 7, 8, 9, and 2. They take the plus in 5. They lead 8 to 2. And we capture Quetzalcoatl, which doesn't even combo anything. We lose 7, 3. Not great. So I'm not going in 2. 1, 7, 8, 9, and 5. I'm down 6, 4. They can either go in 2 with Garuda, 9, 4, 3A, or they can go in 4 with anything. That's a tie. And Sergeant Joe in 5 makes it 5, 5. We may end up playing this. We have this sneaky plus in 4, but they can simply go in for themselves, and we have nothing. But Sergeant Joe in 5 is a tie. And is a tie with like slightly more sneakiness than other ties, so we may play it. And Sergeant Joe in 4 makes it 5, 5, but gives them everything. They combo in 5 and I lose. And maybe they combo in 2 and I lose as well. Many ways to lose that one. And 1, 7, 8, 9, and 4. We win if they go 5. But we only capture one thing when they play 9, 8, 5, 4 in 2. So, which move has that tiny chance to induce something ridiculous? Neither. I think 4A, 9, 3, and 5 is the cuter move. So I think I'm going to play that one. Said one was smart. I liked that move of his. I mean, I didn't like it. It annoyed me. It made it clearer than I would have liked that I wasn't going to win this game. I guess I can type in my last move, 1, 7, 8, 9, 2. But I can't type in what the card left over is or what the card going in 4 is. 5, 4. over is 943A. Alright, so we got a little something, but it wasn't much in the end. But feel better about the hand now than I did coming in. I think this is a game I handled reasonably well. Alright, so we're going to continue tomorrow. And, yeah, good games. This is the first open game where I don't think I was on the back foot. But I think I pressured him less than he pressured me. I don't have a great way set up to bring up the solver on the new computer. So one sec. Because I'd like to check it. And I think it's nice when we check it on camera, just to get a quick look. Was anything big missed, you know? And I'm going to send him whatever we see here as well, just because I think learning things mid-match is clearly an advantage, and so we'll do it all on camera, and we'll just send along what we find quickly. So I'll explain that I'm doing that, and what's the red hand? Red hand is 5768 2994 5678 9854 943. No, that's the blue hand. Shoot. Put in the same hand twice. I'd already put in the red hand. Oops. Alright, 9349. No, I haven't. 7576. I just put in the same hand twice for some reason. 9915. 4A93 1789. See what we've got to say. Oh, and I should figure out how to get OBS to show it. One sec. We're gonna make a new scene called Solver. Now you may not be able to hear anything. Hopefully now you can hear me again. I gotta add a scene. Window capture, create new, solver window, and the window will be the solver window. No, not terminal. Is it this one? Yeah, okay. Now we'll make it the right size. Alright. See what I can see. I started 9349 in 9. What do you have to say for yourself, Mr. Bot? It is not thinking this is super high pressure. Alright, not a brilliant starter. He goes... We didn't think it was, though, admittedly. He goes in 3. Looks like reasonable response, but now I have a chance maybe to apply pressure. 17 moves tie, 11 moves lose. That's probably about an average move too. I played 7, 5, 7, 6, and 7. And I thought this was some pressure, but over half his moves tie. So I think I'm incorrect. He goes 2, 9, 9, 4, and 1. I now have 6 ties. I could go, there were ties in 2, 8, 6, 2, it's even a tie in 5, but not that one. I went here, he has 2 ties now, he has, wait, he said 2 ties. He either has to play this, which is the tie I saw as well, or this ties, which I did not see. I figured I could do something like this. I guess it's still just a tie. Yeah. Okay. So, looks like totally reasonably played game. Not too much to see. Uh, Good game once again. And we'll catch more tomorrow. Uh, Clearly, he has gotten more pressure out of his first turns than I managed here. But that's okay. I didn't get myself in trouble. And maybe I created a little problem. Turned out not to.